The Tower of London stands as one of the most iconic and haunting landmarks in British history, a fortress that has witnessed nearly 1,000 years of power, betrayal, and bloodshed. But beyond its postcard-perfect image lies a far darker and more complex story, one filled with royal intrigue, tragic prisoners, and legends that still linger in its shadowed corridors. The story begins in 1066, when William the Conqueror, fresh from his victory at the Battle of Hastings, sought to solidify his grip on England. He ordered the construction of a massive stone keep, the White Tower, to dominate the London skyline and remind the city's inhabitants of Norman strength. This imposing structure, with walls up to 15 feet thick, was more than just a fortress. It was a symbol of control. Over the centuries, successive kings expanded the tower, adding walls, towers, and gates, transforming it into the formidable complex we see today. For much of its early history, the tower was a royal residence, a place where kings and queens stayed before their coronations or during times of unrest. But it was also a prison, and some of the most famous names in English history passed through its gates as captives. Perhaps the most tragic of these were the princes in the tower: Edward V and his younger brother Richard. In 1483, their uncle, the Duke of Gloucester, declared them illegitimate and locked them away. Soon after, they vanished without a trace. Were they murdered on the orders of their uncle, who became Richard III, or did they somehow escape? Centuries later, the mystery remains unsolved, their fate one of history's greatest enigmas. The tower's reputation as a place of execution was sealed during the reign of Henry VIII, a king notorious for his ruthless treatment of those who crossed him. 2 of his 6 wives met their ends within the tower's walls. Anne Boleyn, accused of adultery, treason, and even witchcraft, was beheaded by a French swordsman in 1536. Her ghost is said to still walk the tower, headless and silent. Catherine Howard, Henry's 5th wife, suffered the same fate just 5 years later, her screams echoing through the fortress as she faced the axe. But not all prisoners faced execution. Some endured years of captivity, like Sir Walter Raleigh, the famed explorer who was imprisoned in the tower not once, but 3 times. During his stays, he wrote his history of the world and even conducted scientific experiments in a makeshift laboratory. His final imprisonment ended in 1618, when he was executed, but his legacy within the tower's walls lives on. The tower was also a place of spectacle and strange wonders. For over 600 years, it housed the royal menagerie, a collection of exotic animals given as gifts to English monarchs. Lions, tigers, elephants, and even a polar bear were kept within its walls. The bear, a gift from the King of Norway, was allowed to swim and hunt in the Thames while chained to the tower's riverbank, a bizarre sight for medieval Londoners. The menagerie was eventually closed in the 19th century, but the memory of these creatures remains part of the tower's strange history. One of the most enduring legends of the tower involves ravens. According to myth, if the ravens ever leave, the kingdom will fall. To prevent this, the birds' wings are carefully clipped, ensuring they never stray too far. Today, the ravens are cared for by the yeoman warders, the tower's famous beefeaters, who also serve as its guides and guardians. These ceremonial guards, with their distinctive Tudor-style uniforms, have become as much a part of the tower's identity as its ancient stones. Of course, no discussion of the tower would be complete without mentioning the crown jewels, the dazzling symbols of monarchy kept under heavy guard in the jewel house. From crowns encrusted with centuries-old gems to the legendary Koh-i-Noor diamond, these treasures have survived fires, theft attempts, and even wartime bombings. They are a tangible link to the tower's role as protector of royal power. Yet for all its grandeur, the tower's darkest legacy remains its use as a place of torture and execution. The names of those who suffered here, from rebellious nobles to accused traitors, are etched into its history. The Bloody Tower, Traitor's Gate, and the scaffold site on Tower Green all serve as grim reminders of the lives lost within these walls. Today, the Tower of London stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a museum, and a living piece of history. But if you listen closely, you might still hear the whispers of the past, the clank of armor, the cries of prisoners, the footsteps of long-dead kings. It is a place where legend and reality blur, where every stone has a story to tell. And perhaps, just perhaps, some of those stories are still waiting to be uncovered.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing. Share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.